Thanks for having a chat. I'm really excited to be able to do this one. I've got the tape on the shoulder, and I've got some cards printed out here so I don't stuff up. But you've got a machine here, so we can have a chat, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for inviting Beck and I back into the inner sanctum of Melbourne Football Club. You will notice I have a new toy. Given I can no longer speak, I use my eyes to type, and I have an app to speak. Hope you can hear me. Can you hear me down the back?
So a lot's happened since we've last bumped into each other, mate. I've got engaged, which apparently you've got. Yeah, don't worry.
Firstly, Gus, good to chat with you today. I hear you recently got engaged?
Yes, well.
Congratulations. You found someone to say yes. Quite amazing.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Anything else before we can get going? Certainly not the first person, mate, to have those opinions. And yeah, for everyone, the record cameras are rolling. I have hit the lottery there, so we're going all right. But it's not about me today, obviously, or how lucky I've got. We've got you're all having a laugh. That's fine. So the question I sort of wanted to ask, first of all, is going to be about the podcast, because you've captured the attention of the whole nation, and Gorney and our podcast ratings are sort of tanking a little bit at the moment. So how do you keep people engaged? How do you keep people on the hook? How would you boost our ratings? What advice do you have for Gus and Gorney?
Of course, I am a fan of the Gus and Gorney podcast. Curious. Why is it called Gus and Gorney rather than Gorney and Gus? Is it because you do most of the talking?
It's got a better ring to it. It just sounds better coming off the tongue, a bit like Hamish and Andy. It'd sound weird if it was Andy and Hamish, wouldn't it? So we've it's just a bit better on the ear. If this cooperates with us, there's actually a photo of you coaching our coach Simon Goodwin as well, which there was the gold tips era for Goody, which is not some of his best, but give us some insight into what you're talking to him about here, because I'm sure, everyone would be interested. I don't know, was that an all-star game or something? So what are you saying to him?
This was taken at halftime in 2008 as part of the AFL 150th year celebrations. The game at the MCG was Victoria versus the best of the rest, called the Dream Team. I was helping out Choco Williams, who was head coach of the Dream Team. This picture was taken at halftime, and as I recall, Choco sent me out with a very specific message for Goody. I said, "Mate, you are looking good in that new white kit, but is there any danger of you getting a kick?"
But we've just got a couple more questions, and one of the ones I've got is a bit more serious. I've been fortunate enough to see you over 9 years of this. It's my 9th year at the club, and this is the 9th MND year, and there's a lot of positive stuff that you can do. I'm sure, though, in your quietest moments there are some really tough times. So the question I want to know is, how do you manage to stay positive when it's the situation's trying to bring you down? What's the secret there?
Short answer. At some stage in life, you realize when something bad happens, you can't do anything about it. It's already happened. All you can do is what you do next. You get a say in that. So when life gets tough, it is natural to choose to at first to get angry, anxious, downhearted. When that happens, I ask myself, how is that working for you? We all know the answer. Not well. Alternatively, you can ask yourself, where's the opportunity here? If you find the answer to that question, you find the right way forward. Always look for the opportunity.
Everyone here loves hearing from you. We're really honoured, in fact, to, as I said, 9 years of you're an incredible Melbourne person, and every time, I think, speaking for myself, but for everyone, you put things into perspective for us really well about whether it's footy, if you're getting picked or not, or things in life that might be happening to you. The perspective you provide is awesome. So I guess with that focus, how has your view on life changed, your perspective on life changed since you've been diagnosed with MND?
If you asked a younger Neale, he would readily admit being vulnerable was not his go-to strategy. Since my diagnosis, I decided to go public and basically say I need help here. What I learned, and might surprise younger Neale, is being openly vulnerable. Stating I am in trouble, I need help is not a sign of weakness. It is the opposite. It can give you strength through the support of others.
When Dad and the team started along the journey, it was really to raise awareness to see if we could make an impact, and they've planted the seeds and we're starting to see the seeds grow into some results. So as Purdy said, we've invested nearly $70 million into clinical research and drug development projects. And so seeing this room coming together, wearing the beanies, you guys are enabling us to continue on this quest to find an answer against the beast of the disease. And we know that we're on the right trajectory. We know that you guys will continue with us. The answer isn't here just yet, but we know in the outcome that Australia is leading the charge. We're going to be the ones that are going to find that answer, aren't we, Dad? Australia is leading that hunt. So from the Danihers, but also from everyone at Fight MND, everyone that's out there currently battling the beast, you guys are bringing hope to us every single day. The big freeze is a moment in time where it's going to be a massive gain, but for people connected to MND, it's a moment in time where we stop and reflect and say that there's an army supporting everyone, that they really care about what they're going through, and we're here to make a change, and it's not possible unless we have these opportunities. So from us, from the Danihers, from Fight MND, from everyone out there, thank you so much for donning the beanie, for listening, for taking the charge, for running out on that field. It's all really going to make a difference at the end.